In the quaint fishing village of Innisfail, where the towering cliffs meet the royal of deep waters, there lived a widowed fisherman named Cian. His life was marked by the rhythmic clashing of the ocean waves against the rugged shoreline and the quiet solitude of his evenings. Cian had heard tales from his grandfather of a mystical island called Tir na Nog, the land of everlasting youth, a place that could only be found by those pure of heart and daring in spirit. Inspired by the promise of renewal and driven by the longing to see his late wife Moira, who had passed in the spring flush of her youth, Cian resolved to seek out this hidden sanctuary. One mist-clad morning, as the first tendrils of light curled over the horizon, Cian set out in his boat, the Cormorant, named after the dark, sleek birds that skimmed the ocean's surface. With provisions for many days and a heart full of resolve, he guided his vessel beyond the familiar turquoise confines of the village bay into the vast open sea, where maps ended and legends began. The sea did not freely reveal her mysteries. Cian faced squalls that tossed the cormorant like a mere leaf in the wind. Monstrous waves threatened to break his spirit and his craft. Yet, with each challenge, Cian's resolve deepened, steeled by the memory of Moira's gentle laughter and her love that had transcended the transient tides of time. Days turned into weeks, and the sun arched across the sky, marking time that seemed both eternal and fleeting. During moments of despair, Shen would recall the tales his grandfather told him of the islands that gallant heroes had found, woven with enchantment and trials. The ocean, vast and fickle, became Shen's master and muse, teaching him the language of the wind, the tales of the sky, and the lore of the deep blue. On the night of the full moon, as silver light danced on the crests of ebony waves, the cormorant was gently led by a school of luminescent fish into a fog so thick it seemed woven from dreams. Cian peered through the gloom, and there, emerging from the mist, was an island aglow with an ethereal light. Enchanted cherry trees bloomed along its shores, shedding soft petals that fluttered through the air like gentle rain. Setting foot on Tir na Nog, Cian felt the weight of his years dissolve. Before him lay a path fringed with golden aspens leading to a tranquil clearing. There, under a canopy of stars, he saw Moira, as radiant as he remembered, her smile a beacon that had guided him across the wild sea. "My love," Moira spoke, her voice a melody that filled the cool night air. "You have journeyed beyond the mortal coils of earth and sea to find me, but this cannot be your end, for you carry within your heart the light of our shared past and the promise of tomorrow." Cian knew then that his voyage was not for a reunion, but for the peace that comes from knowing love is everlasting. With a heavy heart, yet a soul at peace, he bid Moira farewell, promising to keep her alive in the love he bore in his heart. Returning to his village, older and wiser, Cian often looked out over the outline of the sea, knowing within its depths and mysteries lay a love so profound it had challenged the very fabric of his being. And late at night, when the wind whispered through the cormorant's sails, he knew Moira was there, speaking still of a love undying, undimmed by time or tide.